Welcome back to Mega Man 10. So, I guess, unfortunately, Base only got to tackle one part of this castle. Fortunately, I only had to play Mega Man once because I don't like playing as him, but Proto Man gets the rest. I did also have to fight Crab Puncher twice, just so you know. And yes, I did very much hate having to fight Crab Puncher twice. Anyway, though, this is Dr. Wily Stage 4, and the name of this song is Stairway to Darkness, which is a very overdramatic title. It's kind of funny. Catchy song, though. We're not really going to hear much of it because, of course, this is the boss refight stage. However, thanks to Capcom Unity, this is going to be a fun, Robot Master Gauntlet, because once again, we have Robot Master facts. Hell yeah! So first off, we have Blade Man. So as I said, his stage is a museum, and Blade Man was actually the guide for the museum. In fact, he really liked being a tour guide. He would kind of just ramble on for far too long. People would get bored of him. I feel bad for him. However, he just talks about swords all day. He's that kind of nerd. Anyway, his battle fucking sucks because hitting him with Commando Bomb is a pain. It's almost worse than fighting him normally, but thankfully Proto Man has a shield. Next off is Chill Man, who is the anti-global warming Robot Master, who also enjoys photography and also raises awareness of global warming and the importance of nature. So yes, this is a Robot Master with an Instagram. I don't have an Instagram, but you know what? I would follow Chill Man if he existed. He sounds pretty rad. I like him. I want to see his nature photos. He just seems pretty great. Alright, so next off we have my least favorite, Nitro Man. I hate fighting him. No matter what I fight him with, weapon or no weapon, he just sucks. He's weak to chill spikes, so of course, he has to run over the spikes to actually do the most damage. But, you know, it makes sense, it's easy to figure out. Anyway, though, Nitro Man was actually a stuntman. He was also the president of a robot stunt club. I mean, I guess he is doing some very cool jumps, so you know what, I'd believe it. I like how they didn't go for the obvious, he's a race car. Not race car driver, he is the race car. No, he's just a stuntman, he does stunts. Anyway, Strike Man is a little more straightforward. He was basically just like a batting practice robot, so he would throw pitches. However, he would fucking deck you if you skip pitches. Do not skip pitches around him, he gets very upset. He will hurt you, so just bat for every single one, or you perish. So next up is Pump Man. He is the treatment worker. He purifies water. He also washes graffiti off the walls, so he's a fucking narc. This is my least favorite Robot Master in personality. Seriously. Oh, look at me, I'm Pump Man, so I'm gonna erase graffiti. Fuck you, Pump Man. The neighborhood looked more interesting without you. Next off is Commando Man. So, God, most of these are actually played pretty straight. Nitro Man is one of the few swerves. Nitro Man, however, did the reverse of what he does now. He removes mines. He would basically just clear minefields with remote bombs. Apparently, he also enjoyed tasting oil from the various countries he visited. So, you know, it's like he likes tasting wine, but oil instead. Sheep Man was actually a sheep-herding robot. However, he was also repurposed for static resistance at some points. But apparently he gets very bored and just wanted to change jobs, so man, Sheep Man, we're kindred spirits. We're both basically just Lindhart from Fire Emblem. Sucks, don't it? And lastly, Solar Man. As you might expect, he was used for artificial sunlight. Though apparently he also had a workout plan. I do like that they gave him a little something else, though, so that it wasn't just, yeah, no, here's the obvious thing. God, I do appreciate that they actually went out of their way to give these Robot Masters little details like that. That's cool. It gives Mega Man 10's Robot Master cast a lot more to work with than they might have, which elevates them in this game I don't like. Anyway, here's Wily. He's a pirate now. Yar, he says. This boss fucking sucks. He will barf up missiles at different heights and different speeds. I hate having to figure out what he's going to do. It's so much of a pain to react to him. The music's good and very frantic and does actually fit this battle very well. But I don't know, I just wish all the missiles were either very fast or very slow. It's the inconsistency that kills me. But yeah, I do appreciate that Wily just decided to become a pirate for a bit. But we blew up his pirate hat and now he can't puke out missiles, so he's just gonna do some shit. There he goes. So yes, first one is weak to Solar Blaze, which is hard to hit with. As you might have noticed, I did run out at one point. This one's weak to Water Shield, which can be hard to hit with as well. Not quite as bad, but, you know, if you resort to throwing your shield instead of just hitting him when he comes down, then yeah, you might miss a lot of shots like I did. So anyway, that's it for the Dr. Wily machine. That's done and over with, so... It seems, however, he got away, so the Wily Castle's in another stage. Where is that stage? Well... It's in space! But it's in space? Wait a minute. Dr. M, my god, I knew it! Dr. Mario was the real villain all along! Alright, so yeah, final stage is upside down. Don't worry though, this isn't inverted Wily Castle. This is just one cute little bit. The stage being upside down doesn't affect it. You know, it is mostly just this drill segment. The platforming is otherwise normal. It's also an anti-grav section, so you jump higher. It's fun enough to play through. As always, I do hate these drills with all of my heart. But you know what? There's enough room to maneuver, so it's not terrible. Anyway, you might have thought that was a M-tank back there. Don't be fooled, it was a W-tank. It's also upside down. Alright, I love the hustle there. That's actually pretty funny. Again, it doesn't affect the gameplay that much, but it is very cute that everything is just upside down. It was very creative, and I do appreciate it. Okay, now that right there, however, that is an M-tank, so you'll want to pick that up. It's also upside down. Anyway, by the way, this song name is Deep in Space. It's okay, but we don't really listen to it for long, because it's time to face the Wily capsule. Or should I say, Wily capsules. So this time around, Wily has a dummy. However, this is probably one of the easier Wily Wily capsules, rather. For the most part, he will bounce projectiles back and forth between himself and the dummy. The one you have to hit is pretty obvious. So, nothing else will damage the Wily capsule other than your standard buster or the chill spike. I don't think Wily is ever in range to be hit by the spike aspect of this, and even then it would be impossible to predict, so you pretty much just have to resort to throwing it at him, but because you have anti-grav for this battle, it is actually really easy to hit with it, so try not to hit the ground, though. If you miss, you could be in trouble, because you've just rendered your projectile useless until you change out and back into it. So yeah, that wasn't too bad at all. Much easier than your standard Wily capsule fare. And with that, Wily falls to the ground. And now another one of your schemes ends in failure. I forget what his voice sounded like at 8, but that's kind of a 90s voice acting bit, right? What's wrong? Are you dying because you're in space without a helmet? You've got a fever of 100 degrees. So, Mega Man and, oddly enough, Bass both think it's Robo-Enza. It's not. But yeah, Proto Man's smart, so he just calls it poetic justice. Wily just has a cold. Proto Man also says, I should just leave you here, but he doesn't. Bass's is funnier, though, because he's just like, oh, you got Robo-Enza? What? No, I don't have Robo-Enza. I'm not a robot, dumbass. And Bass is just like, oh. Anyway, bye, bitch. Wily also winds up in a hospital in Bass's ending, but I do like how in Bass's ending he just fucks off. Anyway, though, yes, indeed, Wily has once again escaped, but it seems like he's not completely black-hearted because he did leave plenty of cures behind in his wake. I mean, he's escaping authority, he doesn't want consequences for his actions, but hey, he did something, and that's more than I expect for Wily. So, Mega Man 10. I don't like it. I feel like that's probably pretty obvious by this point, but this is one of my least favorite Mega Men. I would play it sooner than Mega Man 1, maybe Mega Man 2, but after that, yeah, no, that's... Yeah, this might actually be bottom 3. I think I like Mega Man 5 more than this one, but yeah, no, just... After Mega Man 9 was really successful, they decided to go, continue doing 8-bit for Mega Man 10. I don't think they were necessarily coasting on being another 8-bit game. I don't think they were coasting on the success of 9 or anything. I just think they used a lot of really good ideas for 9, and didn't really have as many good ideas for 10. Because the level design is underwhelming. I'm not a fan of a lot of the bosses in terms of their, actual fights. And I absolutely don't like the weapons. They feel too specialized, right? Like, they feel like they're only useful in specific situations, and it never feels like I'm ever in those specific situations. Like Thunderwool. Thunderwool is really hard to hit with, and there's like 2 times in the game it comes in useful. And one of them's for a boss. Like, it was useful for the weapons archive, and that's the only solid one I can remember. It's the only actual specific example I can recall. Otherwise, yeah, no, it's a pain to use in stages, and I hate Crab Puncher because of it. But yeah, just in general, a lot of the weapons are just really underwhelming. And look, I know a lot of people like to play the Mega Man games without the special weapons, probably because they have limited ammo. I don't know. It just feels like a lot of people got that sort of mindset that you really don't want to use the weapons that frequently. I know I was like that for the longest time. Like, when I first played the Mega Man games, I didn't really use special weapons all that often unless I was against the bosses, but you know what? Games are just way better when you use things that aren't the Mega Buster. But so few of the ones in this game are fun to use. Again, they're far too situational. And like the only good ones are like the Water Shield, Blade Man's weapons, and 2 of the 3 DLC weapons. Your reward for beating 2 of the 3 DLC stages are just really simple weapons that are highly effective and never run out of ammo. So yeah, I don't feel great about that aspect. Oh boy, 2 of your best weapon options are paid DLC. Now granted, it was on WiiWare, so the paid DLC was comparatively cheap, compared to what we have nowadays. It's still not ideal even if it's just $1 though, because you've already bought the game. But yeah, no, it's just kind of an underwhelming game all around. Even the music is so-so. It's not a bad soundtrack, it's just... 9 was a phenomenal soundtrack, and a lot of the stage themes here are just kind of there. I will say, though, as always, it's a good-looking game. They had another good-looking Mega Man game. They did not rest on the laurels of this being an 8-bit game. They did not say, this is pixel art, therefore it doesn't have to look good, right? No, they still made it look good. The sprite work is fantastic, still. And I will also say, adding difficulty modes that aren't just harder ones, also a good idea. People complained back in the day that there was an easy mode. Some people probably even complained that it ruined the game. They're wrong. It's good that there's an easy mode there. I didn't take it because I don't usually, but you know what? Anything to spare you the pain of Mega Man 10 is fair game. I don't want to play the harder modes, though. I did not like my experience on normal mode. I think it would just be a pain to play the harder modes. But yeah, no, I think that's about it. I don't really have anything to gush about for Mega Man 10. I mean, I guess to be fair, I did like playing as Bass and Proto Man, not Mega Man. Mega Man sucked to play as. He had no advantages over anybody else, but Bass and Proto Man were fun enough. Though it does suck that this is the game I forced myself into playing 3 times over for the most part. I was excited to play this game 3 times, because I was really looking forward to playing as Bass and Proto Man, and compared to Mega Man, yeah, no, I liked playing as them. But, God, why did I play this one 3 times? I forgot, I don't like this one. Alright, so anyway, here's the challenges. These are like actual challenges. So like, you play these, and you get ranked on them. I'm not going to fucking play these, I don't want to. But here's the challenge list. I got the ones you figured I would. Clear the game in under an hour. Did not clear the game on hard, not gonna do that. Got to a boss room without getting damaged. I also got Mr. Perfect, you know how it goes. So yeah, we're just gonna end on the achievements once again. I feel like Challenge 2 doesn't show all of the achievements. I feel like there's some missing. So, yeah, that's it. But at least the game doesn't ask me to complete it like 3 times in one day, so you know what? Better challenge list. Anyway, that's Mega Man 10. You can go home now. It's closing time. You don't have to play Mega Man 10, but you can't stay here. And in fact, you should strive to not play Mega Man 10. I know I'm not going to. I'm done with this game. You know what? I'm going home. Bye!